everyone. It's time to eat, drink, and be merry with your hosts, Lisa and Nancy.
So what's cooking in California, or should we say what's brewing? Apparently, there's a lot brewing in Tulare County.
Yippee.
We're going to find out, we're going to get a taste of Tulare County on today's show. We're going to talk about the food and brew and culinary experiences in the agricultural communities of Central California, Sequoia Country. We've got our friends from the Sequoia Tourism Council joining us, Dawnette Silva-Carter, Sandy Blankenship, and Suzanne Bianco, and apparently there's a lot of good stuff happening.
It sounds
tasty.
like it.
Well, you and I put on some pounds when we were in Tulare County.
They're still with us.
I know. And we're ready to come back for more, that's for sure. Also, Leah Lonnie, the innkeeper of Three Rivers Bed and Breakfast, I had a conversation with her about how to make crab au gratin, and so we're going to air that and her recipes up on blendradioandtv.com. And also in Napa, we're going to Napa, because Leah Lonnie, she's in Three Rivers, which is in California, Sequoia Country. And we're going to go to Napa for a brunch party with Ruth Milstein. She is the author of the Gourmand award-winning recipe book, Cooking with Love, ventures into the new Israeli cuisine. She's going to share her brunch tips and recipe for cheese-stuffed mini rolls.
I love this recipe.
Seriously, when you look at these mini rolls, like, stop the press. Like, I want to eat it all. Like,
it's good looking.
It's gooey good. Gooey, creamy, cheesy goodness. And I think it would go really well with champagne.
Oh, yeah.
Or, Bloody Marys.
Red wine.
I'm already going to get really hungry. I'm starting now, I'm all into beer now. I'm just thinking of beer, and more beer. Hey, cheese stuffed mini rolls goes with beer.
That would really be good.
Ooh. Okay. Who says you can't have beer for brunch? Just saying. Also, we're going to go south to San Diego's mountain town of Julian, and Chef Jeremy Manley, I also had a conversation with him. He taught me how to make his Chambord creme brulee recipe, so he's teaching all of us. It's perfect for Valentine's Day, and it is a challenge. And so if you really want to woo your love, go for it. Get that burner out and start making some creme brulee.
But practice first.
The conversation got a little naughty, I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah, there's some good tips and techniques, but apparently it's all about how the jiggle works in your creme brulee, but I'm going to leave it at that for you here.
Alrighty then.
Happy Hump Day, everybody. It is the last day of January 2018. How did it get to the 31st so fast? I thought we were still in Christmas mode. What happened?
I'm telling you, we're going to be through this year faster than last year.
This is crazy. Also, it is National Hot Chocolate Day. What are you putting in your hot chocolate? Toddy chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah, happy Toddy chocolate to everybody. You're listening to Big Blend Radio's Eat, Drink, and Be Merry show. We're streaming live from, I was going to say a super sunny Tucson, Arizona, but the sun is starting to come down into a beautiful sunset. We're your hosts, Nancy Reed and Lisa Smith, the mother-daughter travel team and publishers of the two digital interactive magazines. We've got Big Blend Radio and TV magazine, our variety publication. It covers food and wine and beer and travel and history and nature, gardening, art, you name it, all in there. You can check it out at blendradioandtv.com. Also, Parks and Travel magazine. You can check that out at nationalparktraveling.com. And the new issue, the February-March issue, comes out tomorrow because tomorrow's February 1st. So there we go. All right, so are you ready to go to California, Sequoia Country, and talk about beer?
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned, everybody. Today on Big Blend Radio's Eat, Drink, and Be Merry show, we're going to get a taste of Tulare County, an agricultural hub and culinary destination in California's beautiful Sequoia Country. The region is home to Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks, the giant Sequoia National Monument, and Sequoia National Forest, and it makes for a really cool destination. I mean, it's a vacation destination no matter what time of year, and if you're out there hiking, let me tell you, you're going to want some good libations and some good food, and the Gateway communities know how to do it. There's all kinds of activities to enjoy, museums, festivals, art shows, and there's a lot of shopping and, of course, a lot of restaurants, and apparently breweries are sprouting up everywhere. It's
wonder
it's a
why.
very hoppy destination. It's located east of Fresno. It's about 4 to 5 hours, an easy drive from San Francisco Bay Area, and a 3 to 4 hour drive from Los Angeles. So everybody, you can go to discoverthesequoias.com. We also cover the region in nationalparktraveling.com. Now we've got 3 special guests joining us from the Sequoia Tourism Council. I say beer and I get all tongue-tied.
Yeah, how about that?
I know. We've got Sandy Blankenship. She's the executive director of the Exeter Chamber of Commerce. You can learn more about Exeter. Go have a look at their site. It's exeterchamber.com. Hey, Sandy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. I'm glad you can join us. I know it's only for a few minutes, but hang in there. We've got a couple other special guests joining us. We have Donette Silva Carter. She is the CEO of Tulare Chamber of Commerce, and that is, Exeter is known as the capital of citrus, or the citrus capital, right? And Donette's going to tell us you are in the Moo capital. If you go to tularechamber.org, are you in the Moo capital?
We absolutely are the Moo capital. We are the dairy capital of the world.
Oh, there we go. So Moo Moo. There you go.
We like dairy.
Love those cows. We like cheese. We're going to get some tips on making these cheesy rolls today, and so I think we need to come visit you first. Go get some good cheese. Go to Tulare for that. And then Visalia is a beautiful historic city, a wonderful downtown with lots of restaurants and a great farmers market. We have Suzanne Bianco joining us from the Visalia Convention and Visitor Bureau, and you can check out the website. Go to visitvisalia.org. Suzanne, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Glad to be here.
We're excited to have you here because apparently you got a lot of brewalicious things happening in Visalia.
Yeah, lots of great things.
More beer happening in Tulare, but I know, Sandy, you were on our show a few weeks ago telling us that Exeter is now getting on the brew scene as well.
We are. We have a new tap room called Rockyard Tavern, and it's located in our downtown area. Great place, great ambiance. They don't have a kitchen where they serve actual food. It's more of just a tap house, but they do have special nights where you can go. They make arrangements with either a food truck or a caterer, and so you can acquire some food and have a really nice evening there. They bring in live music. It's a great place.
Cool. Sounds like fun to me. And of course, can we mention the Stag? The watering hole? That's another watering hole. We have to.
Yes. I think the Stag has been around probably 40 years or more, probably more than that, actually. And it's one of only 2 full bars in town where they, have a full bar that they can serve. Cafe Lafayette's the other one that they have a full bar where they can serve hard liquor as well as beer and wine. So Exeter doesn't have too many full bars.
Well, you're a small town. I mean, I know it's a city, but going into Exeter, you don't feel like a city. It's so quaint, and you've got all the murals everywhere. And that's the one thing I wanted to say because, you're an agricultural community, I know, known for citrus but also grapes. And one of the highlights, for foodies is to take the mural walk, and you're going to want it after you go and eat some of the restaurants, the Mexican food that you have there, the bakeries, you're going to want to take a walk afterwards. But you've got a lot of the murals represent the agricultural heritage of your city.
Right, yes. And that's the theme of our murals is they need to have historical value either by photographs and or historical accounts of why the mural is being presented. I mean, we do allow our artists to take some artistic license with it to make it attractive and fun to look at. However, they all have historical value, and agriculture is a huge part of Exeter.
That's true. Now Monet's, they're still there, right? I've got to ask because I remember having a good time with wine and French cuisine. Is it still French? What's happening over there?
Yes. In fact, Exeter has 2 French-inspired restaurants, and I don't even know that there's people say, well, we don't even have that in Visalia, which is not a knock on them, but it's good for us if we can have a little niche. That would be good, that we can have the French cuisine here, and they're both very nice. I mean, you would not be disappointed either place that you go. The food is fabulous.
Cool. And I remember also.
Oui.
I know, I thought I should
Oui,
say.
oui.
So, also the Wildflower Cafe was one of our favorite places to eat because you're literally in a little garden out there, and it's beautiful.
The ambiance there is very special. You can eat inside or outside, depending, of course, on the temperature around here. It can either be too cold or too hot to sit outdoors. However, the cuisine is more of your California cuisine, lots of interesting sandwiches and salads, very gourmet, and it's just really nice. It's a little more casual than Monet's and Cafe Lafayette, so you can go in, be very comfortable. They also have wine available that you can have by the glass or the bottle, and desserts. Yeah, these places make excellent desserts as well. So you can kind of do a little round robin where you can have salad one place and then your entree another, and then go somewhere else for dessert. And you can make a whole evening of it and see the murals in between, so you walk a little bit of it off because, you would need to do that.
We like the mural part. And then the Mexican food. That is something. I mean, the whole region is incredible.
Yes.
That's really good food.
Yeah,
seriously.
Blair County has excellent Mexican food. We're very blessed.
Very, very cool. I'm hungry now.
I know,
just thinking of it, and I'm
doing
thinking
this right before dinner.
I know this is crazy. The other thing too, I just wanted to mention was you've got the bakeries, Hometown Emporium. Like I know people go there for lunch, but those cookies. Can I just mention the cookies?
Yes, you may. Yes. She has wonderful cookies, and they serve donuts. They have pastry that they make. They have like cream puffs, cupcakes, cookies, cakes. They make custom cakes for birthdays and whatnot, and pretty much. And then in the Christmas time, they do candies, and they have something at Christmas time called Hometown Trash. And I know that doesn't sound very appetizing, but they take like pretzels and crispy Chinese noodles, peanuts, popcorn, Cheerios, and they cover it with white chocolate, and it's just kind of this mixture of sweet and salty.
Yummy.
Yeah,
it's to die for. And they only do it at Christmas time.
I know. I'm like the salt and the sweet is really good. Now what about shopping for like gifts? Because a lot of our friends, and I know Donette's on the phone here because I know you say shopping and her ears perk right up.
Exactly.
And Joe, her husband's going, I can smell it in the air. She's getting that handbag out. She's getting the wallet out, everybody. Stop her now. But shopping for gifts, for culinary, like for foodies, and just even, if we want to get chocolates or something local, especially being, an agricultural community, are there places to shop for those kind of goodies?
Yes, we have a new shop that opened up called E Street Market, and they kind of coined themselves as a farmers market where they get some fresh fruits and vegetables from the area, as well as honey, and they have some of the local milk products, and they have local cheeses that are artisan cheeses that are made locally. It's not necessarily all from Exeter, but it's from our region, and we have some fabulous stuff there, and you can go in and buy that like for a picnic. And they also do wine tasting because they sell wine by the bottle, so you can go in, have a little taste, see what you like, and then purchase the bottle and take it home with you. And they have also locally made products as well, like wood-turned bowls and pottery and candles and soaps, and they just have all kinds of really unique products. And again, it's all from our region. The Sequoia region just has so many artists. It's just a real artist bounty here.
Donette, did you hear that?
A lot of shopping. I know I'm in the right place. That's one of the things that I really like about our region too. is there's so much to offer. For the foodies, we have so much to offer. And for the shoppers, you have everything from your unique boutique shopping to your outlet shopping, all types of antique shopping in the area. So really just a great opportunity when people come to visit that they can eat their way through the region, they can shop their way through the region, and then, of course, they have all kinds of other events and activities in the forest and the parks to go and visit in the midst of all of that.
And you got to go take a hike. You've got the Big Trees Trail. It's one of the easiest hikes on the planet and the most eye-opening because you really are right there with the giant trees. The giant sequoia is the world's largest living tree by volume, and also you've got the Trail of 100 Giants up in Sequoia National Forest as well. So really a lot of good opportunities there. Speaking of shopping, Visalia, Suzanne. I mean that you've got a big downtown there with a lot of shops. It's actually a nice blend of shops and services. It's a true Main Street community.
It is. It's a really quaint little, quaint is the wrong word for it because that makes it sound as though it's really sleepy, but it's a really vibrant downtown that's people love walking through. We also have a similar store, enjoy the store, Sandy, like Exeter. I think this area just really embraces the local movement. So I think they really like to highlight those artisans that are in our area and the food products that are from our local growers. So yeah, a lot of fun things to shop, places to go. And things to do.
Go ahead, Nancy.
I was just going to say it always kind of gives me kind of a European vibe to it.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit. Yeah, I think so
that's
too.
Well, because you have a phone booth, a British phone booth. That's what it is.
That must be it.
It's
that
in
is
the
true.
architecture. The Visalia Fox Theater is like one of the most beautiful buildings, And then you've got the farmers market. I love your farmers market. It's like, as a traveler, you want to get like fresh fruit and vegetables, and you want to go to restaurants, but you start to go like, dude, I need some fresh. I want to taste the local, like as it comes off the trees or comes out of the ground. I want that local flavor. And I remember getting good cheeses, and it was really cool and big. I mean, you could come right out of your hotel, and we were at the Marriott downtown by the convention center. Walked out of the hotel, had a few bites. Then went and had a glass of wine.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, gosh, you're making me very thirsty, by the way. All this talk about beer and wine. Is it 5 o'clock yet?
Yeah. Over here in Arizona it is. Maybe you should hop the border and just bring your beer with you and so we can taste it. I love it. And, I wanted to touch on the agriculture before I know you have to run, Sandy, but one of the most amazing memories that we have of the area in spring was when all the orange blossoms bloomed, and you could smell it. It smelled like honey in the air. I mean, it is absolutely fragrant. I mean, it's intoxicating in a good way.
It smells like mimosas.
I know. When does this occur?
It's typically around April, towards the mid to late April, and it really depends on the weather that we have and how quickly the blossoms open up, because if we can have a fairly warm spring, they can open a little sooner, but it's typically in April, and it can't go anywhere without smelling them, and it is beautiful. It feels like we have just one great big air freshener in town. It's fabulous, and like you said, it's very intoxicating.
And so you really are primarily the citrus part of it. So it's oranges, mandarins, I mean a little bit of everything, right?
Yes, it's not there. Not all those trees are blooming at the same time. It's mainly the, I want to say it's the navels that are blooming at that time, and we have quite a few of those, but not all the citrus trees are blooming at the same time, but it's enough that you can smell it wherever you go.
Excellent.
I think I was going to just say real quickly, I think one of the prettiest drives in the world, really, is the drive through our areas up through to the Sequoia National Park as you're going through all those orange groves, and you can see the blooms and smell the fragrance. It's something it's really super, I think.
Yeah,
right. And if we do it just right, we might have some wildflowers going on at the same time. Haven't had too much rain this year, but yeah.
I was going to say, too, because you've got nut trees that start to bloom, and you've got also, and then don't you get like plums and nectarines and things like that, too?
Just along Highway 198, along Highway 198 on the way into the park, you pass no less than 17 different crops that are growing, kiwi and nuts and oranges and all sorts of different types of citrus. It's an amazing region for that.
You see,
and all those trees are pretty.
I know. I know. Dawnette, what about olive trees don't bloom, do they?
Yes.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Yes.
And we have olive trees too. That's one of the things that is so unique. You know, Tulare County of the Sequoia region is actually one of the top ag producing regions in the world. We're usually within the top 1, 2, or 3, and it's normally us and our neighbors to the south or our neighbors to the north, and that's something that's unique about the area. So you're actually getting your, farm to table, very fresh foods. A lot of restaurants we have in the area that actually do that as something that they specialize in, and they pride themselves on that. They go out and shop the farmers markets or the local farmers, and they're bringing things right to the table. And then, as the other two ladies mentioned, each of our communities, we all have a store where they are sharing the products that are the local products. So whether it's nuts, it's chocolates, because we have chocolate, Stafford's famous chocolates in Porterville. We have all types of different things that you can get fresh in all of our communities. And everybody shares and highlights those things that are produced within the region. So olive oils, wines, olives, you name it. Seriously, we do have it in the Sequoia region. One of the other things, too, that is nice, and pretty much it's year-round, you're going to find farmers markets, and you're also going to find farm stands just out as you're driving through the countryside and sometimes in the cities, too. You're always going to find fresh produce and fresh products that you can pick up and take home or just, eat along the way as you're taking your drive throughout the region. So it's really nice to have that as a uniqueness within the Sequoia region and Tulare County. And one of the things, too, that goes along with that, where you can also find a lot of specialty foods as well, is that we are home to the World Ag Expo, which is the largest agriculture show in the world, literally over 100,000 people that come to our area annually for this event. And again, it's just a showcase of agriculture, so very unique to our area.
In fact, I know that's happening in February, and so it's every February. Everybody look that up. And if you go to TulareChamber.org, you'll be able to keep up with that, because they've got a great museum at the World Ag Center as well. I know, Sandy, you have to run off, and can we say congratulations yet?
No, I still don't have a baby yet.
But you do have
my
Walter
grandbaby is being stubborn.
Just tell them there's deer on the other side. And good luck with that on your grandbaby. And
thank you.
Glad you could join us. I know it was for a real quick, short little visit, but everyone again, ExeterChamber.com is the place to go to keep up with Exeter. Thanks for joining us, Sandy.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right.
Take
care and say hi to Walter.
I will do that. Bye-bye.
Bye. Walter the cat, that's another thing. Everybody's got their mascots, too. And Dawnette, I remember this giant painted cow in your office, the chamber.
Yeah, that is Jenny, and she is absolutely beautiful, and she is a beautiful piece of art that we have in our lobby, a full-size acrylic cow who is a beautiful piece of art, and she helps us to welcome all of the visitors that we get from all over the world who come to visit the dairy capital. And speaking of dairy, and we were talking about the different types of products you can get fresh. In our area, we actually have a couple of different producers who produce the milk, locally. Actually, we have quite a few, but there are a couple that have like boutique stores. So we have Rosa Brothers Milk, where you can actually go into the store. You can buy your fresh milk. You can buy all types of flavored milk that they have. So things like root beer milk, you get strawberry milk, of course, chocolate milk that everyone loves. And you can also just get your regular milk, and it's all in bottles. So we've all kind of gone back from the cartoned milk to the bottled milk. And then we have Top of the Morn, and they actually deliver the milk to your home, like in the old days. So it's pretty cool,
How cool is
what
that?
you can find. And that Rosa Brothers store is the one in our area that really carries all of the different local products. So you can go in and you're going to find products that are produced throughout the region, and they're going to let you sample the milk, and you can also sample the ice cream, which they produce right there. So just it's a lot of fun to come and visit the area, especially if you're the foodie type of person that you like these different unique experiences. And then, of course, there are all kinds of restaurants that we have to offer in Tulare. So we were just talking about Mexican food. We have some great spots for that. We have a restaurant that is an airplane, and you get to go and
there. We love the restaurant. I mean, you're getting served out of an airplane. It's super
so cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, it is. So,
and it's really good food.
So very
it's not airplane food.
Yeah, it's not airplane food.
No, it's not. It's way better than airplane
really
food. And just across the street from there, you have Hazel's Kitchen, which is a great place to go. And also, they're one of the ones that do specialize in a lot of the local products, too. And you can get your sandwiches on Portuguese sweetbread, and that's something that is very unique in our area, too. One of the things I really like is that we have this great blend of different types of cultures, and that makes it fun if you are a foodie person, you like to go to the different places. We have a great Portuguese bakery, and they have a lot of different specialty foods that you can get there. But most important, really, for most people would be the Portuguese sweetbread. That's what everybody's looking for when they come. And then you can go to the Panderia, and you have the Mexican bakery and wonderful baked goods there as well. And so just a wonderful blend, really, of different kinds of places to eat and visit when you come into our region.
You said blend more than once. I just want to say that. So you get
I know,
an extra beer, okay? And so I want to talk about the beer in Visalia, because I remember going to Brew Bakers, but you have some foodie festivals happening in Visalia. I remember I remember at one point you had like a waiters race or something.
Yeah, we still do.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So a couple of things that I probably would want to mention. One is the Wine Walk in downtown. That's in April 5th, where, our downtown is such a sort of a quaint, walkable downtown where people sort of stroll from restaurants to shops and whatnot. So when they have the Wine Walk, you just go into each of the stores along the route and get a sample of wine, that's a nibble of some cheese, and, meet with all your friends as you're walking up and down the streets. It's a great event. But more importantly than that, we have the Boots, Brews, and Bacon Festival. Like how delicious does that sound?
Yeah. Bacon and beer.
Yeah, exactly. Our two favorite things wrapped into one. So this is actually in summertime when when it's really warm outside. They have this on the inside at the convention center. It's called the Boots, Brews, and Bacon. So there's a little bit of country music, bunch of vendors that are serving up brews, and then the restaurants sort of compete for the king of the bacon bite. So they have different samples, different treatments, I guess, of bacon. So if you're a bacon aficionado, come on down for that. That's a great one.
Wow.
Sort of, I know. Does it make you drool? Wipe it from your chin.
I want bacon dipped in chocolate. I know people have done some of that.
I bet that's good.
But when you said the boots part of it, we used to have beer mugs that were boots, cowboy boots. I don't know.
Oh, right.
That's the first thing I thought was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
so boots representing sort of the country music, I think, is they have some bands that play, and so that's a great event that's coming up. And craft beer festival in April, and all summer long we have the Brews, Blues, and Barbecue first Friday of the month in an outdoor space. They have it's all free bands. You come listen and get some brews and barbecue to listen to the music. So
nice. Yeah. I'm liking this. I like the events part of it too, because you always get kettle corn and all these different local vendors too that food trucks and all of that goodness. And so the event thing is another draw for foodies. I know one thing too. You've got brew bakers and you've got breweries and everything, but I do want to touch on Porterville, because that was an area that I remember some really good Mexican food. I remember getting Plano jerky and, going to Music on Main Street. They have that event pretty much in the summer and fall, right, Donette, where the music is out there and you can eat sandwiches. And
you can go out every Friday evening and enjoy some great music, just kind of hang out. They have that in Porterville, and then in downtown Porterville, you mentioned, or I guess I mentioned chocolates. That would be the chocolate.
Oh,
so
Stafford's
famous chocolates.
Oh,
they produce
yes.
all of their chocolates right there on Main Street.
Ooey
They
Gooey
ship
bar,
all over the
yeah,
world.
Ooey Gooey.
Yeah, the Ooey Gooey bar. They are famous for that, and they make all of their marshmallow for that. Marshmallow made on site, caramel made on site, chocolate. Everything is produced there at their shop, and then their new store that they did just open on Main Street. What's really super cool about that is that you can go in and they have a viewing window, so you can actually see this in the process. I think that makes it all the more fun to do, and then you taste some chocolates and definitely take some home. And they also have a coffee bar now that they've added on.
Wow.
So just a great experience
Wow.
in downtown Porterville, as well as you mentioned, the Mexican restaurants that they have there.
El
El Tapatio is
Tapatio.
the one you were talking about.
Those giant
Yes, they
margaritas.
are very, very giant margaritas, and you can even get your margarita with a bottle of beer in it too.
Yes,
so
we
it's
did.
It's a great dining experience. You've got Randy's Bistro if you're looking for something
Oh,
a little
that
on
was
the
good,
Italian
too.
and an American steakhouse type side, and the Oak Pit. They're just a great variety of different experiences there. And of course, they have the Iris Festival, which is nearing its 20th year in existence, and so a lot of different great local vendors that come to that as far as food as well as shopping, my favorite thing. And,
Yay.
just celebrating the purple iris, which is the city flower. So a lot of events within the whole region, everything from the wine events to the beer fest, because Porterville also has one, and we have beer and wine walks in Tulare as well. So truly, if you're coming into our region, you can come and come again, because there are so many things to do between all of the visiting of the restaurants, the various different amenities that we have to offer, and all of the festivals and different types of events. I can pretty much guarantee you're going to find something to do to keep you busy all of the time. And it's not just for adults, it's a family region too, so very family friendly. And many of these events, of course, have activities for the kids too. So we really want to, talk to people about that. There's a lot to come and do, and to bring your entire family.
I also want to touch on a couple areas. Springville, in fact, we have music from Springville for this. When I remember that being like an apple region, so that was like because you're going more towards the mountains and the entrance to Sequoia National Forest. Are they still? I think don't they have like a farmers market or apple thing in the summer?
They have the farmers markets that they do regularly, but they also have the Apple Festival that is happening in the fall in Springville. And let me tell you, those apple pies are very sought after. They usually sell out the first day, and they have some of the best apple pies ever. And again, a lot of different types of handcrafted items that people can pick up while they're there, as well
shopping
as sampling other flavors of the region, enjoying some great music again, and just a great, very small little town. Not a whole lot of people that live there. It's a very small population, and just a great, quaint little community to go and to visit. And they also do a big rodeo in the springtime. So, again, just a lot of activities and events, a lot of things, centered around food. I mean, we have some of the largest, food processors for pistachios in that region as well. And, a lot of different types of food processing throughout our entire Sequoia region. So that's one of the things that's nice about being one of the largest ag producers, in the world, is that you grow all of this agriculture, and then you also have the production process that's happening in the area as well. And some of those places do offer tours too.
I know, Suzanne, don't you have you got McKellar Family Farms, which we stayed at and had a good time. We stayed in the Hummingbird Cottage, so we get to actually stay on a farm. I don't know, do they still open that up to the public to stay in?
They do. They have a lot of events. It's such a beautiful venue. They have a lot of weddings and other events out there, and often the Hummingbird Cottage is used as the bridal suite, I guess, if you will. in March, on March 24th, if you really want to get get up to your elbows in agriculture, they're offering a U-Pick day where you can go and pick oranges, take wagon rides, tour the farm, and meet Farmer Bob, who is a longtime orange grower in our area. So that's a really fun opportunity to get the kids out there and see what it's really like to actually pick your fruit and be amongst all the orange groves. It's wonderful.
That's awesome. And the other thing too, getting out there on the farm part is really exciting. One of the places we also went to that was like a farm experience was in Dinuba, the Nailers. They have a bed and breakfast. Yeah, they had peaches. Oh my God, the peaches were so really. I always talk about a good peach is when it's fresh off the tree and you bite into it, and then your mouth and it just drools down your face and on your clothes. You got peach juice everywhere. Peach juice chin. Yeah, that's me, man, and that's like I am happy because a really good peach is like there's nothing like a good peach.
Yeah, I agree with
fresh.
That.
But the peach. Oh, here she goes. But I know Dinuba has a lot of the the stone fruit, and a lot of grapes. But they used to be like the raisin capital, I think, and they still have like a raisin festival in honor of it. And I think it's in. I'm not sure when. I don't know. Do you know, Donette or Suzanne? I can't remember, but it is there. You can go to the chamber. If everyone goes to discoverthesequoias.com, every community we're talking about, you can link through to them. Even like Lindsay, we're talking about olives. Lindsay olives that you see, in the store. That is where it all started.
I love olives.
Was from Lindsay.
You could just eat your way through the region.
And there's a giant olive outside the Super 6 hotel. This is what I remember.
Go take a selfie by the olive.
Yeah, and Suzanne, before you go too, I also wanted to touch on Nancy was saying that Visalia's got that European feel. Yeah. Valhalla's, I remember that being a unique food experience too, because that was it was Danish, and you got like the Abelskivers and those were fun. Oh,
yeah, people come. I have friends who live in Los Angeles, and when they come here to visit, that's the only place they want to go eat. They don't care what else they do. They just have to make sure they eat at Valhalla. Yeah. So, that's a great restaurant, really great family-friendly restaurant. The family that owns that really puts it's sort of a homemade meal. You don't feel like you're in a restaurant. You feel like you're in somebody's, at someone's home. So, delicious food for sure. Those
and what about Bravo Farms? Bravo Farms, I remember going to them in Tulare, and then also there was one out. Is it Traver? Have I got the Traver?
Yes. Yeah, and the one in Traver is that unique family experience where not only do you have the restaurant and you also have their farm stand that they have available, and you can also purchase antiques there, and they have other items in their gift store, but it's also a lot of fun for the kids. They have this whole little town that they have built, this old-fashioned little western town, and just a great lot of fun for the kids to go through. And they're actually currently going to be doing an expansion.
They're always growing. I remember the one in Visalia. The salads were incredible, just incredible food. And it was Derek. We were sitting there and having all kinds of cocktails. We made a bunch of cocktail videos and interviews, but most of it was a bunch of giggles. But they were some seriously good, cocktails. Tito's vodka, I remember, was a main part of it.
And
they do a very
where you can get a lot of products too. So they have a lot of products in their stores that they have in their restaurant store in Tulare. You can also get a lot of their cheese. They have their own line of cheese as well as other products that they feature from the region too.
Yeah,
in addition
to
having lunch.
Cheese. What were you saying, Suzanne, about them?
That's what I was going to add. I was going to say, well, they have that. They're definitely that farm to fork feel because you do get that great salad, and it sounds light, but it's the biggest salad you've ever had that you can make on your own. But they have a little shop as well with some of their vintage cheeses and other great little things, fun to poke around in.
Okay, so now everyone's got an idea. Basically, you're going to eat, drink, and be merry in Tulare County. That's it.
Sure.
There's shopping, there's festivals, there's restaurants. I mean, it's just everything. It's there, and it's fresh, and there's beer, there's wine, there's olive oil. It's all there. There's museums. I know there's the tractor museum. There's all of this, and then the farm experiences, farm stays. I want to ask each of you, since Valentine's Day is coming up in a couple of weeks here, a romantic dinner date out. Where are you going? And you only can pick one restaurant. Yeah, I know it's difficult because you work in the tourism industry and everyone's going to yell at you. But just for you personally, that if your special someone says, okay, we're going to go here. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? So let's start with you, Suzanne.
Well, if I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna give you two. One is if I want the super special, romantic, this is our anniversary year, just fabulous dining experience, I would hands down go to the Vintage Press restaurant. Just a beautiful restaurant with delicious food, but it's a dining experience that is, 5 stars. Then if I am with my honey, but I'm just feeling like having a brew and hanging out on the patio and having some Mediterranean food, I might choose the Pita Kebab Gastropub in downtown. They have a fantastic array of beer titles, that you can choose from. In fact, they're hosting a tap takeover where you come in and they'll have a particular brand of beer will take over their taps. So if I'm feeling kind of casual and I just want to sit on the patio in the warm evening with the white lights that are twinkling and have a beer and be able to just chat with my honey, that's probably where I would pick. So I'm sorry I cheated and gave you two.
Right on. Hey. So now what about you, Dawnette?
Okay. Well, actually, this is very timely because my husband already told me he made reservations, and we actually go the weekend before because we have those 100,000 guests that are going to be here for Farm Show. So it's a little bit challenging to find a location during that actual Valentine's Day. So we're going to go the Saturday before, and what we're going to do is go to La Piazza. Very authentic Italian food, wonderful wines, great desserts. So we're very much looking forward to that. That's going to be our Valentine's Day date night. And then we're also going to go over to Galaxy Theaters. We have a great theater here in Tulare that has reclining chairs in it and laser production, and it's just a wonderful place to visit. You can even have a glass of wine while you're there and enjoying your movie. So that's going to be our date night.
That's
awesome.
Cool.
Awesome, ladies. Thank you so much. Nancy and I are hungry. We're thirsty.
Right.
I'm like, normally there's no wine. There's just water. And I'm looking at the water going, can someone make the water into beer now? I need help. I need hops. So if you want to get hoppy, hop, skip, and jump over to Tulare County and go see some big trees. But go eat, drink, be merry, and then walk it off. Definitely a lot of outdoor experiences as well. Again, everyone, discoverthesequoias.com is a website that will connect you to all the communities. You can also listen to past interviews and see our articles on the area. Go to nationalparktraveling.com. And again, for everyone that was on the show, Sandy over in Exeter, her website is exeterchamber.com, and she has a nice map of all the murals that you can go see and a list of the restaurants and hotels. Same for TulareChamber.org. That's for Dawnette. And when you go in and see Dawnette, go say hi to the cow, the painted cow. That's an important. And then over at Suzanne's area is Visalia, beautiful city. Go to visitvisalia.org, and you'll find all the events, and she even has events for other parts of the region. Great event calendar on there because I scalp it all the time. For the magazine, I know that calendar inside and out. And basically, every major act goes and plays at the Fox Theater in Visalia. It's pretty amazing. So after date night, go to the Fox and catch a show. Like the Beach Boys they're going to be there March 1st.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
Exciting.
That's right. Yeah.
I know. I was like, wow, I was looking at that today. I'm like, dude, there's so much going on in your area. So really appreciate you all joining us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, ladies.
Well, here's a song for you. It's called Hey, Hey, California. It's from Everett Coast. They're based in Los Angeles, but Josh comes from Springville, and that's how we met him. And he's been on our shows, him and Danny, for years now. And so since he's from Springville, so here's a toast to apples in Springville. Here is Hey, Hey, California. Thanks, ladies.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
I'm hoping you know how far I would go for your love. You think you've seen it all before. I'm gonna show you that I can't outgrow you, darling. You leave me wanting more, but now I'm far, far away in East Tennessee. I just need another another drink in front of me. It's been a long damn ride across the country, and it'll be a long damn time till I come home. I'm plucking petals off of flowers. It's been 8 months, 3 days, 2 hours. Every moment I miss you more. But baby, when I get home, I know we'll pick up where we left off. And this show I'm living in will come to a close till I'm back out on the road. But now I'm far away in East Tennessee. I just need another drink in front of me. It's been a long damn ride across the country, and it'll be a long damn time till I come home. On the horizon, only one thing on my mind is I think, hey, hey, California. Counting lines and street signs, anything to pass the time as I think, hey, hey, California. Hey, hey, California. But now I'm far away in East Tennessee. I just need another drink in front of me. It's been a long damn ride across the country, and it'll be a long damn time till I come home. I said it's been a long damn ride across the country, and I say, hey, hey, California.
All right, it is time to get cooking with Leah Lonnie, the innkeeper of Three Rivers Bed and Breakfast in California's beautiful Sequoia country. She is joining us here on Big Blend Radio to share how to make her crab au gratin recipe. And you can see her recipes if you go to blendradioandtv.com. Also go to threeriversbedandbreakfast.com. Leah, welcome back. Are you ready to get cooking?
Oh, yes, definitely.
I know you love your cooking, and I think it's interesting we're doing crab au gratin. Now, I know you're in California. You're right outside Sequoia National Park, but you've got a background of living in Jamaica and also living in Louisiana and in Southern California. So where did crabs enter your life in regards to cooking them and enjoying them? Because I always think of Louisiana, but that's more crayfish, right, and crawdaddies.
Oh, they have crabs, too. Are you kidding? Louisiana has all kinds of fish and seafood. And it actually does come from living there.
Okay.
It's pretty basic. I've made some changes for myself, personal things that I like better and some things that I don't like I've removed. But it's one of the easiest and most delicious meals you can make for your family. My recipe serves 4 healthy sizes, and this is good to have like with a big salad and some bread, some warm bread. It's a wonderful dish to make in the wintertime.
And so you're making those with crab. Is there specific kinds of crab that you would look for, or how do you go?
No. It's basically, you could think of it as seafood au gratin. It could be shrimp, it could be crab, whatever it is that you like.
Okay, good. So I know the recipe calls for a pound of crab or seafood, like you said. Okay, and
or crawfish.
So or crawfish. I see. Here goes that Louisiana part of you going in there. And it's interesting because you talk about this being really a traditional gratin recipe, right? But you've changed it out. So I know some people don't some people put potatoes in an au gratin, or no?
Well, there is a potato au gratin. Yeah, that's a classic recipe. In other words, you can use vegetables. You can use anything. Keep that in mind when you say au gratin. It can be whatever you choose.
Okay, so the au gratin is like the flour and the eggs, right, and the cheese.
And the cheese and the milk.
Okay, so that's that part. I always thought of au gratin with potatoes because I think that's what we like. I don't know. That's kind of what we made around here. So I never thought about it being like, I always thought it was potato au gratin with other things, but I never thought of the au gratin being the other side. Okay, so you could have no potatoes, and you don't have any potatoes in here. You have, it's really the crab, and the you've got onion, sharp cheddar cheese. This is already sounding good to me. Black pepper, red pepper. See, that's the Louisiana part, right? The red pepper. And then you said that you go ahead.
No, what were you going to say?
I was going to say you changed out like the flour. You said you've changed things up because you said that normally they have salt, but you don't put salt in this. I know you have pepper.
They normally have salt. One of the basic recipes I was using to start with had celery. I just don't happen to like it, but celery is very good for you. So in addition to the cup of chopped onion, you could put a cup of chopped celery. I omit it because I don't like it. It's just a personal preference. Of course, there used to be salt in this recipe, and there still is in some more traditionalist recipes, but I omit that because I figure we have enough salt in our diet already. I don't want to add it here, and you don't miss it, believe me.
Okay. So you don't, I always think cheddar cheese always gives you extra salt, it really does.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's got that little tang to it.
There's salt in the water that grows, that's used to feed our crops as they're growing. I mean, there's salt everywhere. You don't need to add it. And let's see, like the flour that I use unbleached flour. That was not in the original recipe either. I just want to use a healthier flour. And you could actually use like whole wheat pastry flour too, just as it's kind of light. You don't want it too heavy. And then as far as the milk, I really like the non-fat evaporated milk because it's more concentrated than non-fat milk that has not been evaporated, but it's not fatty. And the cheddar cheese already has a lot of fat in it, right? So I use the non-fat evaporated milk, and I like to use 2 extra large, cage-free eggs, and that'll be a little different because people would use less eggs and not the cage-free eggs. And I like the really sharp cheddar cheese. Some people don't, but it has a stronger taste. And then the red pepper and black pepper, that's very South Louisiana.
So do we get to go?
And you can feed a lot of people on this. I mean, when you think about it, you're using a pound of seafood, but it's 4 big servings, so it's only a quarter pound per person.
So this is a good family recipe, especially in the winter months, right? If this kind of nice. And it seems easy to make. So when you make this, I know you've got your casserole dish. You say you did lightly grease it. So what goes in the pot first? Are you throwing it all in there, or are you cooking things first?
No. After you grease your casserole dish, you are wilting the onions in butter. I did use some kind of oil for a while when they were telling us butter was not good for us. But I'm back to using butter now because apparently it is good.
Real butter, not the plastic stuff, right? Not the margarine plastic. Okay.
You're sautéing your onions and your celery or whatever other vegetables you want to put in there. Some people will put bell pepper in there, and that can add a nice fresh taste to this. I don't happen to like, either one in this, so I have only onions, but you're sautéing it in butter until the onions are wilted. Okay. Then you blend your flour in. So this part reminds me of like making quiche. Then you add your milk gradually, stirring constantly. This is very much like making quiche. Then you add your beaten eggs, same thing. And finally, you're going to add the red pepper and black pepper at the end. You need to put them at the end. They can make your vegetables tough if you put them in early. So always add them at the end. And then you just cook this mixture for like 5 minutes. You're just simmering it and stirring it, and you're done with the mixture. So take it off the stove, and now your pound of seafood, whatever it is you chose, has been shelled, and it's just sitting there waiting. So You put it in your greased casserole dish, and you pour this cooked sauce over the top. You're going to add the cheese last. Once again, this is very much like making quiche. You add the sliced or grated cheddar cheese on top, and then you just bake it in the oven. I do it at 375 for about 15 minutes or until it gets lightly brown on top. And, the time and the temperature will differ depending on your oven and the pan you use, the casserole dish you use. But it's so easy, and it's so rich and, warms you in the wintertime. It's just a great, simple dish.
And also, when you talk about this, you bake it for 15 minutes. So you don't cook the crab beforehand, and does it cook enough? Okay.
It gets cooked in that oven. Oh, yeah, believe you me, it does.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right. It's shelled, and it's only a pound. And you spread it out across the bottom of your baking dish, and then you pour the sauce on top, and, it definitely cooks. And you just cook it until your cheese is as brown as you like it. Light brown is what I like. And it's definitely done.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Leah. Got some Cajun cooking going on, no matter what. There's some kind of Cajun going in there, or am I getting it wrong? Is it Creole? It's Cajun Creole.
Oh,
it's South Louisiana,
it's
both.
Right? It's Louisiana is such a mixture, Many different kinds of French, many different kinds of other influences in addition to French. It's all in there. It's all good.
Excellent. Everybody, again, Leah's recipes are featured in Big Blend Radio and TV magazine, as well as you can get them on blendradioandtv.com. Just type in Leah, and you'll find her. And also go to threeriversbedandbreakfast.com. Thank you so much, Leah.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Again, that was Leah Lonnie over in Three Rivers, California, which is right outside Sequoia National Park. So we've had quite a good start for Tulare County today on the show.
I know, and it's making me really hungry.
I know, and they keep talking about cheese. And then, Ruth is going to be joining us in a little bit to talk about more cheese. And cheese is good. That's all I'm going to say about it. I do want to remind everybody, also all these recipes like Leah's up on blendradioandtv.com. You can go to our food and drink department. We have a whole recipe department. Leah's recipe was actually featured in Big Blend Radio and TV magazine, the current one, the January-February issue, also with Chef Ivan Flowers, and his recipe for lobster rolls.
Ooh.
I know, and it's a great magazine. You should read it. Go to blendradioandtv.com.
I like it a lot.
I know, it's great. And also, we have Facebook groups for recipes and gardening, so check that out if you go to Big Blend Radio and TV magazine on Facebook. Join our groups. We post things there, and you're welcome to share recipes or gardening tips or places or foodie finds, all that good stuff. So are you ready to talk about more cheese?
Oh, boy.
Well, first you have to say cheese.
Cheese.
Cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Not cheese. Who developed the thing about say cheese before? Because
I know. That was that little mouse.
No, but I don't think it makes people's faces any better when you photograph them.
Because it's E.
Yeah, some people shouldn't do that.
I know, but,
Okay, all right.
Maybe because people like it, it makes them smile.
Hey, who knows?
You think?
I'm into smiling. Everybody stay tuned. Ruth Milstein's joining us next, and we're going to talk about brunch, which means we get to talk about Bloody Marys and champagne. Stay tuned. Ruth Milstein is the author of the Gourmand award-winning recipe book, Cooking with Love, ventures into the new Israeli cuisine. And check it out right now. It's available now as a hardcover, so you can get it on Amazon. I encourage you to do it. Beautiful recipes, really good, healthy ones, like a Mediterranean feel to them. Mediterranean? Did I just say that?
Mediterranean.
I swear, I don't even have any wine in this.
Maybe you need
I
some.
said Bloody Marys, and then that's it. But anyway, go get it on Amazon and also on her website, ruthmilstein.com. And she's back on Big Blend Radio today to share her brunch party tips and this amazing recipe. It's like ooey gooey goodness, cheese stuffed mini rolls. Like, get the champagne out for that one for sure. You can see Ruth's recipes and listen to her past interviews if you go to blendradioandtv.com, and we also feature them in Big Blend Radio and TV magazine. But again, go to ruthmilstein.com. She's got videos on there, other recipes as well, and you can click through to her book. Ruth, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Oh, we're doing good. Excited to talk about brunch. It's one of our favorite meals because we get to have champagne and Bloody Marys if we want to, and coffee.
And good food.
Good food.
And good food.
Good conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Good conversation.
Breakfast and
good.
lunch together.
Exactly. Don't you think it's a good way to have a first date should be brunch? Or do or do we need it in the dark?
Yes. No. Daytime. You can see all the wrinkles.
Yeah, you got to get a good chat. Yeah, just same time.
You can see if he's drinker. We have now to hit the man. You can see if he's drinker early in the day. No, I think it's good because we are more loose during the day.
Yeah.
We can talk. We can more free. Yeah, I think it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I like the idea of a brunch date.
Yeah,
I think it's good, and then the evening, because sometimes men just like, here, eat the steak, then you eat the steak, and they want something else after the steak. So maybe it'll take that away.
Not only that, they start opening the zip, the belt, and they're heavy, and
no, we don't want to see that.
No, we don't want to see that. No, we don't see it.
I love brunch though because I think a little champagne in the morning gets everybody smiling. But you can have sparkling anything, but coffee, tea, Bloody Marys are good. What do you call screwdrivers? I haven't had one of those for a long time. Yeah, no. But
mimosas. Lady light.
No, screwdrivers are different. They have vodka. You don't have that in the morning, do you?
No, we stay away from whiskey. Stay away from
whiskey.
Yeah. No
whiskey.
Bloody Mary is
whiskey in the morning is not good. Some people would argue that, but no, it's not good for you in the morning unless you're putting it in a toddy and you're in the Antarctic or something. It's cold. No, but
you ruin your rest of your day.
Yeah.
You don't enjoy the rest of your day. You go home afternoon and what? You drunk.
Exactly. Sometimes if it's your first date, you might need to be. But champagne in the morning is okay because it's light. You can't have too much champagne, or I suppose you could, but you don't want to have. I can't have that much champagne. I know people don't believe me, but it's true.
You would have a real headache. If
you get
a lot of it.
You can't, and it's light. It's not like a heavy drink in the morning. Nice and light. But your recipe for this,
Lisa, it's morning till afternoon. It's not only morning.
Exactly.
It's like late morning,
like
afternoon.
10, 11. Yeah. 11 by that time you've had your coffee. Yeah. You can have more. But now when you have like a brunch, do you think it's like a family thing too?
It's family and friend.
Yes.
Always friend.
Especially Mother's
Always
Day.
close friend. Always close friend and new friend.
That's
a new friend together, yes. Always somebody new, somebody interesting. It makes the gathering more interesting, because the same creature all the time is boring. We need somebody new.
You need new gossip.
New gossip. What's going on in the world?
Gotta shake it up.
I know. That's
new
funny.
neighbor, new something. Give me to talk.
I know. I know.
New flavor.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's always good, and because it's true. People start saying the same thing, and if it is gossip, then they go into the same typical gossip, which isn't healthy. It's fun, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's not really people just get into that habit. It's good to have new people in there. It's true. So when you have kids there now, if you're into the mode of having champagne, now do you put the kids at a separate table, or do you let them all hang out with everybody?
Separate table always. First of all, they are shorter. They're short. The table is shorter. The chair is shorter. And they like to be together. They're little. They're little men. They're little girls. They're little women.
Yeah.
They want to be together.
They
want to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too. They don't want to listen to adults.
They're
they want to
smart.
throw things at us. Yeah.
They're smart.
And you got to keep them away from your champagne, because you think you'll be done, they'll just take it out. I used to do that. I used to steal Nancy's champagne as a kid. You
still do.
I know, I still do. But it's the thing. It's a naughty thing. So what you serve for brunch and little kids, like the little ones, not the high schoolers, the little ones, that's going to be a little different food-wise, right? I mean, if you start giving them cereal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. From my experience, the cereal, nobody touch it.
Yeah.
Serve the cereal in individual packages, those small packages, but nobody touch it. There is such a good food.
Yeah.
Who wants cereal? What is diner?
I don't know. I haven't had cereal for years.
No.
You see?
Yeah.
And you're not kid.
No. No. If I eat some, maybe I'll turn back into a kid.
Yeah.
I know. I haven't had cereal
some
for
sugar pops.
Well, I think a lot of people now with the celiac disease and things, they are staying away from it. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
First of all, I'm listening. Yeah.
No,
because all the cereal, I can't find even one box of cereal without sugar.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's why people don't eat it anymore, because it's really bad for you now.
Yeah, it's bad.
Unless you listen to oatmeal or cream of wheat, cream of rice.
No.
Yeah, those are okay.
And you don't want really to serve it in brunch. But most of the food in the brunch, kids will eat it.
Okay.
Kids will eat most of it.
I think they'll like your
omelette. They will eat the omelette. Mini rolls they will eat. Omelette they will eat. Donuts they will eat. They will eat it.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. Champagne and donuts. Oh, there's some sugar for you. Like yeehaw, But this recipe, cheese stuffed mini rolls. Oh my gosh, Ruth. Oh my gosh, I was looking at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to make these like right now. And so this is. I want to try these. I know you're using rolls, okay? And so this is like your appetizer, your bread, cheesy and egg dish. And you say you can use mini baguette rolls?
Yes, yes. You can mini baguette. It's like boat, small boat.
Okay.
It's very nice, small baguette.
Yeah,
whatever you find. If you want to bake it. If you don't bake, you buy it. Yeah.
Okay. What about croissants? Could we use croissants?
A croissant is very oily. It's very buttery. It's butter. If you don't mind about the butter, and
I don't mind
the
about
croissant is different dough. It's different dough. By the time
that's our thing.
No, by the time you need 25 minutes for baking, and it won't work with the dough, with the croissant. No, it won't work.
And it would be hard to scoop part of the croissant out.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
They fall apart easy.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, no croissant for you.
I made it yesterday afternoon. Yes. By the morning. Yes. Only 2 show up. That's all. 2 of 25. Do the math. Gone.
Okay.
Gone.
All gone. There it is.
Delicious. It's really delicious. It's delicious.
So you've got the rolls. You scoop the bread part out, but you've got now you use any yellow cheese, but you've got cheddar. Like I would do nice sharp cheddar. And then you mix it with your mix. Okay, so you're making like a cheese, egg, sour cream, and scallions. Oh,
yummy.
Like that's like a quiche almost inside the bread.
And you just mix it and pour around the 1 tablespoon. And to the oven 25 minutes. Just watch it because every oven it's different. Every oven is different, and make sure that it's crispy in the edge, and it's delicious.
Oh my
really
gosh,
delicious.
this sounds
delicious.
so good. Ruth.
With salad, some vegetable on the side. It's a meal. It's
nice.
Perfect meal. It's nice.
Oh, it is. Oh,
nice.
it is. And you could change it up too if you wanted to put like red bell peppers or something.
Yes.
You could add
small.
things.
Yeah. It's nicer. For the eyes also eating. Our eyes also want small red pepper or colorful pepper. Just chop it for very very small, tiny cubes. It's really nice and mix it. Yes.
Oh, that's
you can
really
use
good.
pepper jack. It's a little bit spicy.
Oh.
Cheese.
Ooh.
I don't know if the children are going to like it, but you can use it for yourself. It's really very, very tasty.
Mm. Oh, I'm. Can we have this for dinner with beer?
You can have it for dinner for beer, especially with pepper jack, the spicy.
Oh, that would be really good.
Yes.
I'm thinking this is not just for breakfast. Well, breakfast for dinner is really good. I love breakfast for dinner. It's good.
In the summer, light dinner, this is good.
Yeah,
and
I like that with salad.
Yes, and this is it can keep it also for a few days in the fridge. Just warm it up, and that's it. Yeah.
Oh wow! So you would, but you wouldn't put the egg mixture in the bread. You would just have the egg mixture done, and then you'd put it on the bread.
No, just bake everything. The leftover, leave it in the fridge.
Oh.
And warm it up.
And then
warm it up in the oven if you want it crispy. If you warm it up in the microwave, it's going to be like fluffy.
Yeah.
I like it crispy. So warm it up in the oven for a few minutes, and it's become crispy again. And cover it so it won't burn.
This would go with
aluminum foil.
Tomato soup. I'm just thinking tomato soup on the side, like soup and salad.
Yeah.
And
soup and salad.
Oh.
I made corn soup with this yesterday. Corn soup is so
really?
good with that. Yes.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's good. Oh, wow, because the cheese would work really good.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you put Parmesan cheese?
Sweet. You can grate Parmesan on the top. You can grate Parmesan. It's a good idea, yes.
This is awesome. So is this going to go in your next cookbook? Because I know you're still working on your next cookbook, getting it ready.
No, my book is finished. As a recipe, it's finished.
Oh.
It's finished.
Cool.
It's finished.
It's getting close. And now it's the publishing time, which is always a big issue. It's a big
problem is it's like a huge book, and they didn't decide how to arrange it.
One or two or
with the article, with the article and the recipes. It's like more encyclopedia than book.
Ruth's encyclopedia on how to cook from step one all the way through. I like that. But these are recipes that people can do if they're not experienced in the kitchen, and someone's coming over and it's the first time they've entertained. This is something they can do easily.
It's a beauty because I don't like to start to search for ingredients. If you can get it in the local market, it's not fun.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy
true.
to cook.
So when you have a brunch party, do you have like would you like limit the number of people?
I have to because it depends the space.
Yeah.
You can invite people that you can handle. And you have also to think about the mix of the people. If there is some enemies, you don't want to fight in your house. And there is usually women. We know that. Yeah, you have to know. Yeah, you have to think about it.
Yeah,
you have to think about
there's
it.
There's some people that you can be friends with them, but you can't put them in the same room.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's true.
And it's very nice to gather people that they don't know each other. It's very interesting also from the same field, so they can get together. It's very interesting.
Yeah. And then when you do a brunch, do you have like a lot of different? I mean, no whiskey, everybody, no tequila, none of that. But do you serve do you like say, okay, we're making Bloody Marys or we're not, like, or we have Bloody Marys and we'll have champagne or not? Like, do you serve one type of drink and that's that, then the rest is coffee and orange juice or something?
Coffee, orange juice, always there. All the type of coffee, all the type of tea. And believe me, the guests will try all of them. And when they leave, you will see all the cup is almost full because they try everything. It's not their house. They will try everything. They will try this and this and this, all the flavor, and they leave it there. So it's okay. It's okay. I'm the host. It's okay. Yes, I'm the host. Champagne, you need a lot of champagne. People like to drink champagne and wine.
Oh, so you would have wine at a brunch?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, like a rosé, and just like
white and red. White and red, yes.
Okay. Because everyone's a little different. And then have your juice. And what about Bloody Marys? Would you serve them?
Bloody Mary, yes. Bloody Mary, yes.
Oh, good.
And fruit juice.
Good.
Fruit juice, yes.
Okay, yeah, especially for kids. Give them more sugar and see them run around.
It's only one.
Give them games.
Yes.
Yeah, got to give them something to do, too, for the kids. So that they...
Oh, no. They have the phone and they talk between them. They're very smart today. They're very smart.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they're smart.
True.
They fix your phone. I use them. I give them my phone. They do things for me. They do everything today, the kids. Yeah, I use them.
That's true.
It just puts them to work. I
know.
It.
Here, I need to
get in there.
My computer.
Go
do this. Go do it. Go do it now. Go do it now. So now, what about with fruit on a brunch party? Is it all go for that, and you serve salad too? Because I know people eat salad.
Fruit, there is on the table. Yeah, they won't touch it. But vegetable, yes. Vegetable, I wash it night before to be easier. I wash it, I slice it, and I wrap it, so it's ready just before they come. A vegetable they will eat. Fruit, not.
Really,
but
that's
it's on
amazing.
the table. It's on the table.
Okay. Now, I know we've talked about these delicious rolls, which we've got to make these. Man, this just sounds... I want some now. But what is your main dishes that you serve at a brunch?
Usually it's bagel. It's a bagel with the lax, which I buy the Nova. Nova, it's less salt, less sodium. Always, if you buy, I don't know if you eat smoked salmon, always try to get the Nova.
Okay.
Nova.
So Nova,
I make it myself. Smoked salmon, I make it myself. I don't make it small. I make it myself. In 24 hours, I cure it.
Wow.
I buy a big chunk. I cure it. 24 hours, it's ready. With the vodka.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh. I wish I had fish
not
now.
Everybody does it. Yes.
Here, this is a happy fish. So it's like you can tell
it's
kids,
not
here,
hard.
have some fish and go play fish.
It's not hard. Really, it's not hard. Just if you put your mind, you want to do it, and you have fresh fish, just do it. Just do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Buy the Nova. Nova, it's less salt and it's tasty. It's like sweet. My favorite is the mini bagel, cream cheese, and the salmon.
And then what about the main dish? Do you do it's hard to do breakfast. I mean, if people want to have here, you don't do fried eggs or scrambled. I mean, what do you do for that, in the meats and stuff?
Fried egg, it's usually the kids want it. They want omelet with cheese. So the cheese already, I shred the cheese before. I wrap it so it won't dry out. And if somebody wants omelet, it's no big deal. It's ready.
Oh, wow.
And
so you just get it.
Find another. Yes.
No, I was gonna say, so it's easy. Just whip up the omelet, put the cheese in. Here you go. Because I mean, that's the one thing about if you're the host, do you ever get to sit down with your guests at a brunch party? Because it's that kind of food that has to stay hot and go out.
Yes. No, you have to do it on the spot, omelet. But you don't want to start to work with the cheese. Just prepare it. I shred it. It's ready. In the fridge, everything is ready. And hash brown today, you can buy it. It's It's not frozen. It comes in bag. It's clean. It's ready.
How
you can prepare it night before.
How do you keep it with hash browns that it doesn't it doesn't get too much water? Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes the potatoes are so.
Yes,
how do you?
This is good. This is a good question. Yes, I would take it off the fridge, out for an hour or two, and I squeeze it. I'll take all the. You take it out and you squeeze it. You take all the liquid out, and after you work on it. After you
it's like
put it in
with
a
cheesecloth or
yes,
to get rid of all that extra water.
All
and
the
starch.
liquid, and
you
there is
have
a lot
to
of
squeeze
liquid.
Your spuds.
Yes,
squeeze your spuds.
More than you squeeze, it absorbs less oil.
Oh, really? So the drier. That's interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
So there you go, people. That's a good tip because even if you're making them fresh and you're grating your own potatoes, your potatoes will sweat.
They're wet.
They sweat. Yeah, it's potato juice, you know. And you can't really juice them and drink the juice. So there you go.
No.
Not good for you. They're not good for you.
No.
The hash browns and country fried potatoes, those are good. When you have like a
hash
scramble
brown
like that.
Always welcome. Always welcome, hash brown.
Yeah, hash browns are good. I think it's a favorite for everybody, you know. So that's a good thing. So then, do you make quiche?
Yes, I prepare it 2 days ahead. I prepare mini quiche, small one, 2 days ahead, and I warm it up just before the guests come.
Nice.
2 quiches, you know, yes, vegetable.
Keep it more vegetables.
Yes. And before the guests leave, they will take it with them.
So you don't do any meat for breakfast?
No.
Okay. No meat. Yeah, we don't either. We don't, especially like sausage and stuff, you know, you never know where that comes from, you know. I know that there's butchers that do it well, but it's, you know, you got to be careful with what you're buying. So, I like it.
It's like a mixed, it's left over or mixed or something. I don't know.
Yes.
Sausage. Nobody complains so far that they want meat.
Yeah, you just don't tell people, hey, there's no meat. You just serve them, and then they're like, if they're full and they enjoyed the food, no one really thinks about it, you know?
No.
But I know people have steak and like chicken fried steak, which isn't chicken, or is it? And then it's not fried. It's not chicken, but they call it chicken fried steak. And
because it's
steak,
breaded.
egg, and chips. They used to have that in England all the time. And it's like, that's like a big breakfast, you know? Even at a brunch, I don't want to be too full, you know? You want to have enough to just, you know, you don't want to be, it's not Thanksgiving.
In South America, they have steak in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah, they have a lot of meat over there. That's a meat country.
Yeah.
They like their cattle and their meat. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, Ruth, I have a special song for you today.
Yes.
Because we're talking about brunch. It is, do you like jazz? And like, you know,
I like jazz. Yeah.
Yeah, this one is a beautiful, beautiful voice. It's called Breakfast because that's what we're talking about. And it's from a band called
Meal of the Day.
See, well there it is. Now you have a song just for you for your favorite meal. It's called Breakfast. It's from Sasha's Block, and they're a really good band. It's off of their album Heart on Fire. So I thought I'd play that for you for our brunch segment because, hey, it's there's nothing like doing a brunch segment in the evening because now I want breakfast. And for some reason,
it's
after all the
meal of the day, the breakfast, the brunch.
I know. I think restaurants that serve breakfast here like all day long and in the evening, they do better. I think, you know, the ones that can do it, because so many people like to have breakfast for dinner. I do. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
And I'll eat pizza for breakfast. So there you go. You know, that's another thing. Breakfast pizza, that is good. It's really a frittata.
You make your pizza by yourself?
Frittata. Yeah.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Good.
I cheat, Ruth. If we're going to have pizza, I make pizza like for something very quick, because instead of ordering or buying the frozen stuff, and instead of sometimes you make your own dough and all that stuff. But if you're in a hurry, I just use pita bread and put like
and
spaghetti
put what
sauce.
you have to,
yeah,
great.
It's quick and organic.
Oregano,
oregano
is very healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just do that, and it's something quick, So that's what I do, for pizza. But it's quick and easy, and you can have breakfast pizza.
Yeah, you just put a fried egg on top of it.
Yep, That's what Nancy did.
Whatever vegetable, anything that you like.
Mushrooms,
spinach,
spinach, mushrooms, garlic. Everybody should have. Okay, so let's go back to the first date. Going on your first date is a brunch date. Make sure you eat a lot of garlic just in case. I'm just kidding. Oh, man.
First date.
Well, I know, right? No. Well, thank you so much for this awesome recipe. Everyone is going to love this. It is just such an easy.
We have to get it. Some rolls.
I know. I'm going shopping tomorrow, so you know what's coming. I'm going to get sour cream. So again, everyone, you need sour cream. You need rolls, mini rolls. Large eggs, cheese, so like cheddar or something that you want, and scallions, salt and pepper.
Yes.
Easy.
Try the
easy.
The sharp cheese, like pepper jack. You're going to love it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nice and sharp. Really good. Yeah. Awesome. This sounds so good, Ruth. I can't wait to make it. Everyone, it's up on blendradioandtv.com. You can go see it now. And it'll be featured in the March and April issue of Big Blend Radio and TV magazine. Again, you can get Ruth's book. It's out on hardcover now, too. It's Cooking with Love, Ventures into the New Israeli Cuisine. It's on Amazon, or you can go to her website, where she's also got recipes and cooking videos. Go to ruthmilstein.com. Ruth, here's your song. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you,
All
Lisa.
right.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. Take
Talk
care.
Soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everybody, here's breakfast from Sasha's Block.
A cup of chocolate, crispy bread on the plate. The milk is streaming. It can't be better than that. You feel delicious smell as you take a bite. It melts in your mouth. You grab another bite. It's a pure paradise. The smell of food, the feel of joy in your heart. You want to live and make this moment to last. How could you make those days to be as bright? Delicious taste, our life is worth a try. So don't you put it away. The glass of wine, the sweet dessert, the candlelight, and music flows. We hold our hands and dance together as one. How could we make this moment last? The feel of joy, your eyes that glance. We hold our hands and dance together as one. think of what happens next. How could you keep the pace and make it right? To make your life as a joy, you start the day with a smile and never stop to enjoy. You start the day with a smile and never stop to enjoy. You start the day with a smile and never stop to enjoy.
Everyone, again, that was Sasha's Block with the song Breakfast, just a special song for Ruth. And that's off of their album Heart on Fire, and you can go to their website, sashasblock.com, and that's block with B-L-O-C. Awesome song, huh?
That's cool.
Awesome song, awesome recipe, man. I thought that was perfect. That is a song for Ruth. It really is.
That's a good song to cook by.
I know, and have people come over.
It's
just
like
I'd play it over and over.
Flipping flapjacks and
flip flop. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's got a good rhythm.
Yes. So now we're going to go from Napa, where Ruth is. We're going to go south to Julian in the mountains, where you're going to hear a conversation I had with Chef Jeremy Manley on how to make creme brulee. So everybody stay tuned and enjoy, because this is quite the recipe, and it's up on blendradioandtv.com, so check it out there, and also in Big Blend Radio and TV magazine. So if you've ever wanted to know how to make a killer creme brulee, you go to a restaurant and then all of a sudden here comes this torch and this like amazing magical dessert. Well, Chef Jeremy Manley is here on Big Blend Radio today to teach us how to do it. He is known as San Diego's Sustainable Chef and is also the executive chef and owner of Jeremy's on the Hill California-style bistro, where guests enjoy fresh farm-to-table cuisine, all prepared from local ingredients, as local as they can get. And it's a popular place. It's in Southern California, up in the mountains, in a place called Wainola, which is the gateway to Julian, San Diego's most popular mountain destination. Go to his website, jeremysonthehill.com. He's got killer recipes on there, too. He's also on Facebook and Twitter. Chef Jeremy, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Hey, always good to have you on Big Blend Radio, and we love featuring your recipes on Big Blend Radio and TV magazine and the website blendradioandtv.com. And the newest one is going to be your Chambord creme brulee. So it's not just any creme brulee; it's Chambord. But let's actually touch on what is creme brulee. This is like a fancy French thing, right?
It has this flair to it. It has this look to it, and this like mysterious elegance to it. Not just the name, but the presentation, the caramelized sugar on top. And as you take your spoon and you puncture the sugar, and you reach down below the sugar, and you dip into this custard deliciousness of cream and egg yolk and Chambord flavored liqueur. And you add all this on the spoon and take a bite, and it's just there's this synergy that happens of creamy, velvety custard with the crunch of the caramelized sugar. That it's the elegant flair. It's magic. It's so compact with flavor that it just bursts on your tongue.
So now, when you say things like that, would this be a good, dessert for Valentine's Day or any kind of romantic date night? Like if a man did this for his lady or the lady did it for her date, I mean, would that be, something that would be like a good shoe-in romantically?
It is. It's there is a special love charm about sharing a creme brulee with your lover. It's one of those dishes that we overindulge in when we have it, but it's not something we have on a weekly or a monthly basis. When you come out to the restaurant, you'll find it on our menu. The Chambord one is my favorite creme brulee. We have it almost year round, and it's one of those dishes that most people don't prepare at home because they don't have the torch. They don't want to take the time to stir and infuse it with a liqueur, and then temper your eggs with your hot liquid, and place this hot liquid in a ramekin with a water bath, and babysit it in the oven because it's a low temperature cooking dish that takes about 45 minutes. But if you overcook the custard, the eggs will coagulate. So it's much better if you're a home cook or a beginner cook to go out to a restaurant and let them wine and dine you and treat yourself to this special dish.
But this is something you could master, right? I mean, isn't this something you could master and learn? I mean, if you learned the technique of a creme brulee, would it lead you to other recipes or to do different things with it? So that, like, how people have, Aunt Mary knows how to make the best pecan pie. This could be your thing? Like, you could own it.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's great about the custard, because creme brulee is a custard with the caramelized sugar on top, if you added more egg yolks and less cream, you could, when you temper in that hot liquid into your egg yolks, you can use that as a plate sauce. And you basically have like almost like the French word would be crème anglaise. So it's like it's an egg custard that's for plate sauces, or for if you have a chocolate cake, instead of having some milk, you drizzle a little bit of this crème anglaise over the top of your cake, and it's kind of fulfilled that like creamy richness that balances out that chocolate cake. It's the same ingredients that are in ice cream, but just different ratios. It's really fun because if all of our listeners are going to attempt to make this at home, experiment with it after you've made it a few times. Where, like I said, add more egg yolks, add less cream. Take out the liqueur and add something different. Like you could take mint leaves and steep them in the heavy cream, and now you have a mint-flavored creme brulee or a mint-flavored creme anglaise. You could take your favorite tea bag. It could be a lemon verbena, and you steep that just like you would tea, but instead of water, it's going to be the cream base, and then you can make a creme brulee or a custard out of that. So understanding that your cream, your sugar, and your eggs are the base, and you could add a liqueur to it. You could add a different kind of sugar to it to change the color. If you wanted a really clean color, you can use vanilla extract instead of scraping a vanilla bean, where the vanilla bean will actually leave the little pod, the seeds inside the pod throughout the dish. And that's a look that I like. It adds a nice little unique touch, and every bite of creme brulee you have this like hint of vanilla that's just bursting on your tongue and just sitting there. And that's when you're thinking of dessert wines, the vanilla that's naturally present within the bouquet of the wine itself, it just kind of heightens it and takes it in a different dimension. Well, allows for more roll around in your mouth and more flavor build up and contrasting.
So we've got fire and we've got roll arounds in the mouth. Okay, so everybody, like, this is the thing. You've got like that texture. I think that's what it is. That what makes it so sensual is that you've got this creamy goodness, and then all of a sudden you've got that little crispy part of the sugar on the top. And so it's creme brulee. Like, I'm not a custard fan, and I remember having creme brulee in your restaurant, the Chambord creme brulee, and going, okay, I like this. So it is about how that custard technique comes out, because if it's not good, and my part comes from being in boarding school and custard in boarding school, and I don't want to talk about that because that's not good. It's not good. It just wasn't good, man. It's like it was the same place where they made pizza and the base was ketchup. No joke, okay? So you could already understand where this came from. But when I was there at the restaurant and had this, I was like, dude, I got to dig this. And it's about having the temperature right. But I want to talk about having a torch, because like, now that's some fun stuff. But let's go into actually this custard. So you're making this custard, looking at the recipe. Everyone, you can go to jeremysonthehill.com. It's there. We'll also have it featured up on blendradioandtv.com in the January-February issue of Big Blend Radio and TV magazine. But you talk about heavy cream, or half and half, so 3 cups of that. You have eggs, egg yolks. So you have 3 whole eggs and then 2 egg yolks. So that's the thing where you're talking about having that difference. And you've got vanilla, and so you're basically making a custard from the cream. Oh, and the Chambord, we can't leave that out. And sugar, you have sugar in there too, as well as what you're going to put on top later. granulated sugar. And so you're making this, but you said again, even making this custard in your recipe, it's like you're slowly mixing this together over a very low flame to make the custard. It's low.
Yeah, you're leaving the eggs out. What we're going to do is just to go over the ingredients again. We have the cream, the sugar, the vanilla bean or vanilla extract, and the Chambord. So you're going to place that in your pot over a medium-high heat, stirring occasionally with the whisk. As soon as the cream starts to steam, you want to start focusing on it, because if you let it go too much longer, what will happen is the milk solids and the cream itself will overflow and explode all over your stove, and it's a big mess. Anytime you get sugar on something hot, it's going to burn, and you actually got to scrub it off. So paying attention, you can turn your flame down a little bit if you have a couple other things to do while you're preparing your creme brulees. But again, when it starts perfuming the air, that's how you know it's close. And then when you start seeing it steam, it's really close. And from there, that's where you want to whisk it a couple more times and then turn it off. In another like stainless steel bowl, that's where you're going to crack your egg yolks and whole eggs. Now, this recipe calls for whole eggs and egg yolks because the alcohol is, if you just use the egg yolks, it won't suspend. It'll get liquidy. It won't firm up and get custard-like. So the egg whites are protein, so the protein actually helps trap the alcohol and give it some structure. Most creme brulee recipes don't call for egg whites. So if you were going to use a different kind of liqueur like Frangelico or Grand Marnier, you would still leave the whites in there. And if you were going to make like a green tea creme brulee, you would take the whites out and just add an extra yolk to it. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that about egg whites and that. Okay, so that's cool. So if you're boozing it up, you need the egg whites. That's basically what you're doing. But so and because this is getting cooked because it's slow, does the alcohol stay in there? Because I know we've talked about cooking with wine before and things like that, but the alcohol really does kind of burn off. And if you're baking with wiggy, I should say, wine or wiggy or cocktails, if you're actually putting it in your food, a lot of times that alcohol evaporates out. With this, does it just really basically leave you the flavor and take the alcohol away, or no? You get the flavor and you get the alcohol. If you're alcohol sensitive or you weren't looking for that in your dessert, what you can do is before you add before you add the Chambord to your cream, you can actually reduce it in a pan on the stove so it'll cook out the alcohol. And by doing that, put a little flame on there, and when your alcohol burns, whether it's tequila, Chambord, or wine, that's the alcohol that's cooking off. So once that flame is put out, cook it down just a little bit more in case there's other trace elements of liqueur or liquor or alcohol in there, and then go ahead and add that to your pot with heavy cream. It's not necessary. However, I love alcohol, so I want to leave a little bit of that flavor in there, not just the flavor of the need that black little raspberry. Wiggy. Yeah, you need that little wiggy in there. But now this is neat. So now you need a pitcher with a spout. You said that this is a big part of it, and so you're going to put your custard basically into these ramekins, but the ramekins are floating on water. Have I got this? Well, yeah. So the ramekins weigh more than the water does, but you're creating a water bath, and by doing that, when you place your creme brulee in the oven, you're preventing the eggs from coagulating, which makes scrambled eggs. So your ramekins are going to go inside of a pan. You can put a little water in them at first. You don't want to fill it above halfway. About 1/3 to halfway is ideal. Then you place with your pitcher that has the pour spout on it so you don't lose anything. You evenly divide that liquid between the ramekins. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You want to leave about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch from the top of the ramekin because you're going to have to pick up that tray and place it in the oven at 300 degrees. Halfway through cooking, about 18 to 20 minutes, you're going to want to rotate it. So you would turn it 180 degrees. That way, if you have hot spots or cool spots in your oven, it's evenly getting cooked. So half your creme brulees won't be more done than the other half.
Oh, good point. Because I've noticed that, especially I've actually noticed it more with electric ovens that you're going to get like stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but stovetop ovens, they don't always have like even heat, and you just have to.
In general,
it's trial and error, and a lot of times we'll just think it's us, messing up as a home cook, but a lot of times it's about learning your oven and how the distribution of the heat is.
Yeah, it's just like if you have your favorite saute pans. A lot of pans, and if you get a copper pan, it conducts heat evenly. But you might have your favorite cast iron or Teflon pan that cooks great because you know it so well that the left half of the pan's going to heat up faster than the right half. So you could strategically put your your carrots and your onions on one side, and then after a couple minutes, add the more delicate vegetables on the other side. It's all ovens are different, all pans are different, and again, the more you use them, the better off you are with understanding how they work. Just comes with time.
I like this kind of challenge with the creme brulee because I just think you get to understand the science of everything, and it is a big step like you're saying, but it's like one of those things about doing mousse. It's like it feels like that, Can you make a good chocolate mousse without it falling? Take it out of the oven, it goes bye bye. I'm sinking. I am the Titanic. The chocolate Titanic. But with the creme brulee, okay, so you got it in there. Now you got your little floaters in there, and now you're twirling them around. I suggest everybody drinks wine and listen to some really chilled out music to get you through this. But so how do you know when the creme brulee is done and you can start playing with the torch? Because that's really where I want to get to. I want to play with the torch. That's dangerous, but
So there's one analogy I always use for describing how to know when creme brulees are complete. It's not the most politically correct terminology, but I'm just going to say it anyways. When your creme brulees are still in the oven, when your creme brulees are still in the oven, when you think they're about done, you can tap the pan and you'll notice a really nice jiggle. It's like the jiggle on.
Yes.
It's just that
Booty
really
jiggle.
nice jiggle when you see that really nice jiggle, that's how you know your creme brulees are done. I don't have a scientific measurement. I don't have a temperature for you. If they're done and you pull them out of the oven, you could let them sit for about 10 minutes. And then if you could pick up the ramekin and tilt it sideways and the custard is stuck to the sides of the ramekin and it's not slipping and sliding, that's the best way to tell if it's done or not.
Okay. So it's a tight booty jiggle.
There we go.
So
it's like
I'm going to be the one who gets in trouble for this.
Oh,
but
well,
I'm female,
I was thinking a silicone. A silicone breast is the analogy I use for a more
so it's like
accurate description.
Okay. Well, it's the same thing.
It just holds.
I had one person teach me the best way to choose the perfect mango is it needs to fit in the palm of your hand to be the perfect size of the perfect boobie that you like. And I'm like, dude, I'm not into boobies, but I do go in the grocery store and pick up the mango. Go like, is that it? It feels good in the palm. Like this is like feels right. So I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I mean, creme brulee, like I was saying, it seems like it's a sensual thing. So maybe even the cooking part of it is like the beginning of the the pre part of the dinner. Just saying. Okay, got to work your way up there.
From there, there's many different ways you could torch sugar. I love just straight granulated sugar because I don't know, I'm comfortable with it. I could pick up the ramekin and take a creme brulee torch or any torch, sprinkle a little bit of sugar over the top, and just you torch it, not putting the fire too close to the ramekin so you could control it and the sugar doesn't expel or go all over the place, because the closer you are to that torch head, the more oxygen and force is going to be pushing that sugar around. So it should take you about a minute, 45 seconds to a minute to finish torching a creme brulee ramekin with its sugar on there. You could also do equal parts brown sugar and white sugar, and then you spray a little bit of water on there, and that's going to give you a different texture. A lot of chefs swear by turbinado sugar. It adds a more clean flavor. I'm really just into the straight granulated sugar, and then taking your torch and just torching off the top of the creme brulee.
Okay. So where do you get the torch?
You could order them online. You can go to any of your favorite home cook stores, and they should have them. You're basically just looking for a torch that has a small butane canister, fuel attachment with a torch head that's, I don't know, maybe 5 inches, 4 inches long, and about 3 inches long, or 3 inches wide. Excuse me. But you do need a torch. You can't just use a lighter and try to light the sugar.
That.
Yeah.
Notice I did not comment on that. I was really good. But okay, so you it's all about, okay, so check out the size of your torch because you don't want a big flamer, right? So anyway, so when you do this, so if now you're going to invest in a torch, right, for this, do you use the torch for anything else? Right, but I mean, would you? Where do you use it for after that? Do we use it on cocktails or what? Or is that illegal?
You could use it on cocktails. One of my other favorite things to do if I have bananas that are going at the sweet spot, start kicking up on bananas, I'll cut the banana long ways, or I'll slice it into little silver dollar pieces, and I'll pour some sugar on that, and I'll torch that, and that's a really good fix. It's like you get that crunchy sugar with the sweetness of the banana. Yeah, there you go. You can use it for
plantains and rum that way. We said they put rum and that's African style. When we were in Kenya, they used to the flambéed plantains were like the dessert dish of Kenya when we were there.
Wow.
Anyway, it's probably changed by now, but flambéed and plantains for some reason were better than bananas with that. I don't know why, or maybe that's just what was growing there more. I don't know, but it's good. You should try it. It's good.
I will.
They're like, So okay, so it's worth the investment, and this could be people's signature dish. I like this. And so the one thing though, just going back, when you're putting the sugar on, you talked about spraying some water. So you just get like one of those little squirt bottles and just go like little plink plink, and that's it.
That's if you use equal parts granulated sugar with equal parts brown sugar. If you're just using granulated sugar or grandma's sugar that she puts in her tea in the morning, you don't need any water. You literally just sprinkle, put a tablespoon on top of the creme brulee, on the creme brulee ramekin, evenly shake it so the sugar is coated evenly and distributed evenly amongst the top of the creme brulee itself, and then take your torch and just start heating up that sugar. And when it starts to turn golden brown, move that torch to a different area of the creme brulee. Because what will happen is, even though you've removed your torch, it's still going to be caramelizing, which is what gives your sugar that crunch and that texture when you break through it. Caramelization happens between 180, is it 180? No, I think I hope I don't get this wrong. I think it's 180 degrees to 240 degrees. So once you start seeing your sugar turn colors, you're probably at about 185, 190, and then once you're at about 200, you'll see it turn a light brown, and then that's when you want to start moving the sugar and moving the torch around the top of the creme brulee ramekin itself. So you still have those 40 degrees or 30 degrees to before you get too dark and too black, and that creme brulee translates in English to burnt cream, but we don't want that overly roasted caramelized sugar that's almost bitter. Maybe if you're doing something with beer, you're doing like a stout, some kind of a heavier creme brulee, you could get away with that. But this recipe is a lot lighter. It's airy, it's somewhat delicate, so you don't want that overpowering flavor to infiltrate your creme brulee.
Well, this is perfect for like a date night then. So I have to ask you, like, if you're going to have a creme brulee with your date, what music is in the background? Because it's got to be romantic. And what do you drink with this?
I'm usually by the dessert round. A couple martinis are already in me. Possibly a bottle of wine by that point. So I would probably, truthfully, I would go cognac. I would just go for a really nice 12-year cognac and just sipping on the cognac with that creme brulee, because That caramelized sugar is going to play off the cognac very well. Chambord is a black raspberry flavored liqueur, so that'll kind of balance and contrast with the cognac. So you'll have a lot going on between the custard and the sugar and the cognac. I would do a 12-year.
And now, what about the music? You got to have the music. You got to have that little ambiance.
Well, if we're talking Valentine's Day,
he ain't rapping.
I'm going to go with Marvin Gaye, just straight up.
Okay.
Some
Marvin Gaye. Right on. Everyone, again, if you go to jeremysonthehill.com, you'll get his recipes. He's got a great video section as well, so a lot of how-to tips there. And also go check him out. If you go to San Diego or Southern California, anywhere. I mean, if you're in Palm Springs, L.A., Orange County, even Arizona, you're really close to Jeremy's, and makes a beautiful day trip, weekend trip, spend a week. Because most people come up the hill. Like we always say that about Julian. People come up the hill just to come eat at the restaurant, which is cool. Like your own destination, dude. That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's a lot to do on there too. So thank you so much for sharing us all these tips on how to do creme brulee, and because I think people get a little nervous about doing something like this, but it helps. I think just keep going, right? Just keep going with this.
It does, yes.
Yeah. Right on. Thanks so much, Jeremy. You take care.
Thank you, Lisa.
You take care. Everyone, again, the recipe will be up on blendradioandtv.com, also in the January-February issue of Big Blend Radio and TV magazine. So, Nancy, are you hungry yet?
Yeah, I'm starving.
I know. I'm ready for a cocktail now, too.
No kidding.
I know. I know. We started in Tulare County having beer and fruit and nuts and Mexican food and Danish pastries, and then we ended up in Three Rivers in California, Sequoia Country, learning about crab au gratin. And then we had brunch with Ruth's cheesy, those mini cheesy rolls. Ooh. And then to Jeremy's creme brulee. Yep. Wow. Okay, everybody. So I want to thank all of our guests and all of our listeners. Thank you for joining us on today's Eat, Drink, and Be Merry show. I do have a song to play in honor of Jeremy's creme brulee and the, was it a 6-foot torch? I mean,
I don't think
torch?
So.
I don't know, but it's
flamethrower.
It's the flamer. I do have a song for him for that. But we will be back on Friday, February 2nd. I still can't believe that's the day. That's Groundhog Day.
Yep.
What's the day? The D-Day for the poor little groundhogs.
If I was him, I wouldn't even come out.
I know. I wonder if the president's going to pick it up. Anyway, we're going to be back on Friday for our Toast to the Arts and National Park show, February 2nd, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And boy, do we have a show lined up. It is cool. We start off with jazz fusion composer and drummer Bob Holtz, and he's going to talk about his awesome new album, his third album, Visions, Coast to Coast Connection. It features the bass legend Stanley Clarke. It's incredible. He has quite a career. So we're going to talk about that. Of course, play his music and a whole bunch more music. Then we're going to have a conversation about artists known for painting the Sonoran Desert and our iconic Gumby cactus, the saguaro, the mighty saguaro. It's the largest cactus in the world. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, well, you know everything.
That's true,
I can't believe I just said that.
True.
Anyway, joining us for this segment is Mark Sublette. He is the owner of Medicine Man Gallery, and his gallery is dedicated, also has a whole section for the Maynard Dixon Museum. It's here in Tucson, Arizona, and Maynard Dixon is one of the top Southwest artists, and Mark he knows everything, it seems like. I go on his website, and it's like he's been there, done that, knows about Southwestern art for sure. Yeah, so he's also an author. He writes Southwest Mysteries, so that's cool. So he'll be on with artist Victoria Chick, who comes on every month. She was writing about it, and she found his site, and she's like, hey, look, he's got Maynard Dixon paintings, and so now we're just going to have a conversation with them both.
Cool.
And we're talking about Gumbies. and paint. So looking forward to that. And then, we always talk about the National Parks Arts Foundation, and we interview their artists in residence. And they're unique because they put artists in a park area, a national park, or sometimes it's a state park, for a month long residency where you sit and you live in a park for a month and create. It is super cool, or at least close to a park. Maybe outside, it depends on the lodging that's available. We have U.S. military combat veteran and acclaimed painter Joshua Osberg joining us. He's at Gettysburg, so he's going to call us from Gettysburg.
Oh, wow.
This is the third, fourth, fifth?
Yeah.
Sixth interview on Gettysburg. It's an incredible program just for veterans. They have one just for poets. So they have these specific programs. So if you're an artist, a musician, a filmmaker, check them out. So Tanya will be on, the founder as well, Tanya Ortega. So that is our show for Toast of the Arts. Again, Friday, February 2nd, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. You can keep up with us on Big Blend Radio. Just go to bigblendradio.com. And the best thing to do is sign up for our newsletter. Of course, we're on social media at Big Blend Mag on Twitter, Big Blend Radio and TV Magazine on Facebook, and Instagram at Big Blend Lisa. Okay, and our new magazine, our new Parks and Travel magazine, the new issue comes out tomorrow. So check that out at nationalparktraveling.com. So you ready for the closing song, Nancy?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, this is from the Tall Man Group. Talk about inches and feet. 6 Tall Men wrote this and performed this. It's off their very first album together. It's called 12 by 6 because there's 2 songs per tall man. And I thought this is the song for Jeremy. Not only does he serve buffalo burgers in the restaurant at Jeremy's on the Hill, but he's playing with torches. So this is called I Made Fire because I thought that would be perfect.
Cool.
So enjoy. Everyone, again, it's Tall Man Group. You can find them on CD Baby, on BlendRadioandTV.com, and Facebook and Weebly. Take care.
You can wait for a lightning strike to set that tree ablaze, and you can freeze till the sun comes up, but I ain't living that way. Party in my cave, I made fire, casting animal shadows and having fun. Party in my cave, hey girl, how do you like your buffalo done? I made fire, party in my cave. Yes, I know it's dangerous, already burned both knees. If that's the price, I'll pay it twice, 'cause cave girls seem to like me. Party in my cave, I made fire, we're casting animal shadows and having fun. Party in my cave, hey girl, how do you like your buffalo done? I made fire, party in my cave. Breaking out the seed pod shaker, banging on a hollow wall. Girl, you got some fine maracas, let's shake them all night long. Party in my cave, I made fire, we're casting animal shadows and eating sun. Party in my cave, hey girl, how do you like your buffalo done? I made fire, party in my cave. How do you like your buffalo